And that is the creak that everybody's talking about. Now, I will tell you that you can take the base off and it will not creak. You can loosen the base, you can tighten the base, do whatever you want to with the base. As long as the base is on, it seems to creak. We don't know why, but everybody seems to have that trouble. This evaporative cooler was sent to me at no charge for the purpose of this review. And sometimes they call these a swamp cooler. And what it is a fan that circulates cold water through the filter on here and blows it out through the front. It stands 35 inches tall. And it operates just like a fan, except it does have a water reservoir that you can add ice packs and ice cubes to. Before we get to that, let me show you how this works. On the top here, you got your power button, swing button, which means it's going to circulate left and right. You got a timer button, fan for low, medium, and high, and then you got your cool feature. So you don't always have to have it on a cooler fan, you can just have a fan. Now, the base had to be assembled and it was just snapped together. So you snap these two halves of the circle together and then you snap it to the bottom of the fan. Now on the back side, this is going to be your reservoir where you add the water, and this is where the pump is. And then here is your filter. And we're going to get this running for you here in just a minute, and you'll be able to see the water trickling down the filter here. And it's cooling the air that's being drawn in and then being pushed out. The water reservoir has a max and a minimum line, and you do not want to go below the minimum line and use the cool button, because your pump will pump dry and then you'll ruin it. So inside here is your pump. Now the pump should be screwed down into the reservoir, and it just takes 2 screws. Now I got mine off so I can show this to you. The pump sits in the reservoir, and then it siphons it up through this straw, and then this straw here is a drain straw that goes into the reservoir. It's constantly circulating through the entire system. So once you put that back into your reservoir and you screw that into the bottom of your reservoir, the reservoir is not going to come out. But you want to make sure that all of this is in the reservoir before you power it on. So we're going to add some water to this and some ice. Now they do give you these ice packs. I've had them in the freezer for a couple of hours. They're not quite ready to go. So what I'm going to do is add water and a tray of ice cubes. Now I did this last night and I filled it up to the max line with the ice cubes. It went for 6 solid hours before it got down to the minimum. And it does make a sound, a gurgling sound, when it's too low, and you want to make sure that you shut that off when it gets to that minimum level. Okay, so I have a full tray of ice cubes in here right now. And then we're going to just fill that up to the max line. Now it does also come with a remote control and an instruction manual, which is very helpful for the cleaning of your filter and for the cleaning of your pump. Now once you got this powered on, we're going to put it on high fan, and then we're also going to put it on cool. Okay, so you can see that right away it sucked out half of the water. We're down here to the midway point, and look right here. That water is circulating through the system. I'm not sure if you can see those water bubbles in there, but it's going over the evaporator, and it's now some people have complained in their own reviews that when it swings back and forth that it creaks, and so we're going to go ahead and demonstrate the swing on this. And I will say this is my second fan because my first one did creak, and so the manufacturer was quick to replace it, and this one is working great. It's quiet, it's silent, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so right now, right after we've turned it on, the air temperature is 72 degrees. And so we are going to let that run for a little bit, and we'll see how much that cools down. And that is the creak that everybody's talking about. Now, I will tell you that you can take the base off and it will not creak. You can loosen the base, you can tighten the base, do whatever you want to with the base. As long as the base is on, it seems to creak. We don't know why, but everybody seems to have that trouble. Now, as for the air temperature, this is what I'm really concerned about. I can deal with the creak a little bit. And you can see we're blowing 73 degrees. Now here's the temperature of the water that's circulating through the evaporative cooler. So I put a couple of those freezer packs in, and I think those last longer than ice cubes, and so we're just letting that circulate through. And to be quite honest with you, I really like it. I will probably make it stop swinging so that it will quit creaking.